question that I get asked a lot is, how did you know it was time to go? How did you know it was time to leave? How did you know that it was time? Well, how I had mentioned before, I was constantly praying. I was praying for months. I'm not lying when I say it was months. I was constantly praying, fasting, in constant communication with God at all times, waiting for the answer. Because before I had decided that, I need to figure out what I'm gonna do, God give me the answer. I had tried fixing my marriage or giving my marriage another shot, actually twice before. But it was just the same cycle. Nothing was ever changing. So that's when I said, God, what do I do? And I didn't know the plans God had for my life, but I knew what a husband was not to do to their wife, how a husband is not to be with their wife. So I knew, and I remember I asked my dad, and he said, whenever you're able to walk away from your marriage in peace, without regrets, without, dang, was it the right time, without looking back, that's when you know it's time. And the moment that I realized it was time was when we were at a birthday party. And I think we were all getting ready, and I think we were running late maybe a little bit, and he was just having an attitude. And I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna let this bother me. And we went to the birthday party. It was a kid's birthday party. He behaved in a way that wasn't unusual for him to behave like, but it wasn't okay. And that is when I thought to myself, this is not something that I want to deal with for the rest of my life or experience ever again. I didn't say nothing at that time. I was just like, okay. You know how when you're with a friend and you're like side eye, y'all look at each other and y'all know what each other is thinking? No lie, that's what I did with God. That's what I'm like. And I was like, yeah, it's time. And yeah, that's the day. I remember it was in November of 2019. That night we went home. I was cool, and I sat down with him and I told him. I sat down and I told him that was it, that I was done, that it was time. I was at peace. I had no doubt. I had no fear, because I knew that it was time, and I knew God had my back. He had my back on that decision, because I didn't make that decision on my own. Because in all reality, He would have allowed me to leave a long time ago. But me being the wife that I am, that I still am, because I am a wife, not to that man anymore, but I am somebody's wife, somebody that's still out there looking for me. But me being the wife that I am, I fought for my marriage for over 2 years. I was fighting for my marriage. Yeah. So I could have left a long time ago, but me being the person that I am, the woman that I am, I fought. And I fought in prayer. So yeah, that's how I knew. That's when I knew, and that's when I decided it was time, or when I knew it was time. And I have not regretted that decision in over 3 years. Gracias a Dios.